the truth about INFJ depression and anxiety. In this video, I'll be sharing the truth about INFJ depression and anxiety. Almost everyone has gone through periods of great stress and depression regardless of their personality type. We all go through tough periods that make us feel depressed or anxious, but some personality types are more prone to experiencing depression or anxiety, and the INFJ is one of them. People with the INFJ personality type often find it difficult to deal with stress or depression, mainly because they feel things deeper than the rest of us. People with the INFJ personality type are introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging individuals, according to the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI. Being an INFJ has its advantages, but some of their traits could also be a major cause of depression and anxiety among them. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you the truth about the INFJ depression and anxiety. Why are INFJs more prone to depression and anxiety than other personality types? Wanna know? Then you have to watch this video till the end. Before we go further, kindly like this video and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. While you're there, click on the little notification bell so you never miss another video. Let's dive right into it. The INFJ NITI loop. The INFJ cognitive functions make them a lot more predisposed to depression than other personality types, especially their NI and TI functions. Let us briefly run through the INFJ's cognitive functions. Introverted intuition, or NI. This is the INFJ's main function. NI is a perceiving function. The INFJ's NI function is responsible for how they perceive the world. NI tries to fit information and ideas together and also wants to know how everything is related. Extroverted feeling, FE. This is the INFJ's auxiliary feeling function. FE is responsible for bringing their empathy to life. Introverted thinking, TI. This is the INFJ's tertiary function. TI is used to analyze and organize theories and ideas formed based on the INFJ's insight. Extroverted sensing, SE. SE is the INFJ's inferior function. This helps them pay attention to their surroundings and the world around them. When the INFJ uses their NI and TI functions alone without balancing them with any of the extroverted functions, they become withdrawn, cold, and critical, and this ultimately plunges them into the deep well of depression. Going back and forth between the NI and TI functions is known as the NI-TI loop, and this could be dangerous for INFJs. When something triggers an INFJ, their NI needs to make sense of it. And most times, these triggers are a thing that an INFJ does not have any control over. Their NI will try to understand and fit it into a pattern. Their TI will also kick in because they'll try to analyze and find reasons for why that particular thing is happening, but they won't figure it out. So basically, this INFJ will be caught in a loop where they are trying to figure out something that can't be figured out. Their intuition will continue to feed their thinking function odd perceptions, and they'll become more and more detached from reality because they'll spend time in their heads trying to figure everything out. Being in an NITI loop will make the INFJ experience feelings of loneliness. They will isolate themselves from their loved ones and will be detached from reality. The INFJ's NITI cognitive function makes them severely exposed to depression. The easiest way for an INFJ to break free from an NITI loop is to make use of their extroverted feeling, or FE, function. This function will help them to open up to their families or friends, and they can also engage in activities that make them happy, like helping out in the community, and so on. Reasons why INFJs may be depressed and anxious. Number 1. INFJs have a natural tendency to overthink a lot. They get stuck in their heads trying to reflect and analyze everything. Overthinking is one of the INFJ's biggest problems because it makes them prone to stress and depression. INFJs overthink even the smallest details and always try to figure everything out. While this works for them and their intuitive trait, having a mind that's always running at top speed might send the INFJ into a pit of depression. The little voice in their heads starts to misbehave and begins to feed the INFJ with ideas that aren't true. The voice tells the INFJ that they are not good enough, that their dreams are not valid, that they'll never be able to do this or that, and so many other negative thoughts begin to flood the INFJ. The accumulation of all this negativity ultimately affects the INFJ and makes them stressed and even depressed. Number 2, INFJs cannot stand conflict. INFJs always try to avoid conflict. Any form of conflict really stresses INFJs out, and they avoid conflict as much as possible. INFJs work towards harmony tirelessly in every aspect of their lives because they can only thrive in an environment where there is peace. Their inner peace depends on external peace. So, INFJs do not mind working towards harmony even to the point of exhaustion. Conflicts or arguments, especially with their closest relationships, consume INFJs, making them feel exhausted and hopeless. INFJs find it hard to be productive or take care of themselves when there's negativity or conflict in their environment. If this lasts long enough, the INFJ might actually become physically sick. Number 3, INFJs set very high self-standards. Due to their introverted intuition, coupled with their judging traits, INFJs tend to set very high, unrealistic standards for themselves. They have really high expectations for themselves, and when they do not meet up to these expectations, INFJs see themselves as failures. INFJs are perfectionists, and they always want everything in their lives to go as planned. However, their perfectionism could be an advantage in some aspects of their lives, but other times, their perfectionist traits could be a villain to their mental health. INFJs set such high standards for themselves by trying to achieve their goals within an unrealistic timeline without putting aside any time for rest. This leads them to burn out and be exhausted, and ultimately, they tend to beat themselves up if things do not go as planned. Number 4, emotional exhaustion. INFJs absorb other people's feelings and emotions without even realizing it. INFJs deal with emotional exhaustion and depletion because of this ability to absorb what other people are feeling. It usually takes only one negative emotion from others to switch a happy and excited INFJ to sad and moody. Because of their empathetic nature, they tend to absorb other people's vibes and energy in order to subconsciously understand what the other person is feeling. This causes severe emotional exhaustion because most times it is difficult for the INFJ to recognize that their emotions actually aren't theirs, and they're feeling what they have absorbed from others. It is also extremely difficult for INFJs to let go of these emotions, and this might make it difficult for them to function properly. Number 5, INFJs find purpose in everything they do. While other people might choose to settle for whatever life throws at them, INFJs never stop craving meaning and purpose in everything they do. Being idealists, INFJs are driven by purpose. They want to live their lives making a change in the world and standing up for others. Things like an unfulfilling career or an unhappy marriage that other people might just settle for doesn't cut it for an INFJ, and this leads to extreme stress. INFJs find it difficult when their lives don't match their desire to make a change. When they cannot find meaning or purpose in their work, INFJs become lost and hopeless. Number 6, dealing with too many details. Because of their highly sensitive nature, too many details or an overload of sensory stimulation can make an INFJ stressed out, especially in strange or uncertain situations. Being forced to focus on sensory details rather than using their intuition is extremely stressful for the INFJ when they find themselves in unforeseen circumstances. This is a major cause of stress for INFJs because dealing with an overload of details is difficult for them. Number 7, socializing without taking time to recharge. INFJs might enjoy spending time with other people, and they do come across as friendly and charming while socializing. But due to their introverted nature, they feel exhausted real quick. Their social battery runs out quickly, and they will need some time alone to recharge. INFJs need to take a break from other people, even their loved ones, and just enjoy their own company to function properly in social settings. INFJs may experience great anxiety if they come in contact with too many people within a short period of time. Crowds, loud music, or noise can trigger stress reactions in an INFJ, especially if exposed to such for an extended period of time. Their charming social skills is no match for their innate introverted nature. So when they begin to feel like they can't take it anymore, they need to leave. Also, if an INFJ does not get the needed time and space to recharge, they begin to feel irritable, stressed out, and completely burned out. Because of their traits and cognitive functions such as their introverted intuition, INFJs are more prone to periods of depression and anxiety than other MBTI personality types. As a result of their empathetic nature, they also tend to take on other people's emotions and feelings as their own, and this contributes greatly to their anxiety and depression. We'd like to know your thoughts on today's video. Kindly let us know what you think about the reasons shared on INFJ's depression and anxiety. If you're an INFJ, were you able to relate to any of the points in this video? We talked about the truth surrounding INFJ depression and anxiety. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We have similar videos for you on the screen, so if you enjoyed this topic, go ahead and click on one to watch now. Bye for now.